TSR Subramaniam, former Cabinet Secretary, welcome. Colonel R.S.N. Singh, former RAW officer from Patna. Mr. Subramaniam, first of all, is it easy to bug the Finance Minister's office? You know, in 16 positions, adhesives are found. And the response of the Intelligence Bureau is, it is chewing gum. I mean, it's not a college or, secondary school that you'd find chewing gum under the desk of the Finance Minister. The response of the Intelligence Bureau is completely bizarre, but is it easy to bug the Finance Minister?
No, it ought not to be. It's one of the most important offices in the country, and one is quite shocked. I'm a little surprised that this has been accepted or has been repeated all over with some sort of trying to trivialize it. It's a very, very extremely serious breach, and this shows how porous our systems are, and this is not being taken with the kind of seriousness that it deserves.
No, but is it easy to breach it? I mean, is it because there are only two options, Mr. Subra? Either it's an insider job, somebody within government, or it is some corporate with interests in the finance ministry.
Well, it clearly, you see, look, we don't know all the facts. We don't know what has happened. Clearly, what has been put out as the conclusion of the IB's inquiry clearly is not enough. There has been clearly very much more than what has come out now. Clearly, all the authorities would have a pretty good picture. In fact, if they didn't follow up and find out, I would be extremely astonished. Pretty good picture by now exactly what happened. I think they find it probably more sensible not to talk about it and give it publicity and try to and hope that the thing will blow away. I'm sure that the matter would have been investigated. They would have discussed, they would have found out the modus operandi, they would have discussed at least who was the immediate operative, if not who was behind the operative.
So you are saying that India is not being told the full story. People know, but it's being silenced. Mr. Subramaniam?
Say that again?
I'm saying that you are saying that there is the full story, but people are not being told the full story. People in government, maybe the Prime Minister knows who's carried out this spying, etc. Maybe top officials know, maybe the IB director knows, the RAW director knows, but they are not revealing everything to us. Yes.
Look, Arnab, I'm not privy to information exactly what happened. I think common sense says that when an event of this magnitude has taken place and a very, very powerful minister writes a letter directly to the Prime Minister in this regard, it's not a casual thing. It is something extraordinarily serious. And therefore, it stands to reason this would have been investigated thoroughly and then some conclusion would have been reached. What it is, where it's pointing, I really do not know. Clearly, it's an inside job in the sense that people had access to that office continuously. Who controlled them, who commanded them is not quite clear. But I'm sure there are at least 4 agencies in Government of India who have expertise in the subject, who would have traced the leads and found out exactly what happened.
Which are these 4 agencies, Mr. Singh? Which are these agencies which have the expertise? TSR Subramaniam is alluding to them. Mr. Singh, you've been with RAW. Who has the expertise to carry out bugging at this level?
Let me first tell you that it is beyond doubt that this thing has occurred. The second aspect is that look at the enormity of the entire development, the Finance Minister writing to the Prime Minister. Thirdly, now you are asking me who are the people who could be responsible for this kind of a thing. All government entities, and particularly the Finance Ministry in the present juncture, are always or all constantly targeted by powers that be, which includes the foreign economic entities, world economic powers, the multinationals and the corporates. And let me remind the country that India today is critical to the financial health of many countries and multinationals of the world. So therefore, I would not confine the whole affair to to be, some domestic handiwork or, being done at the behest of a Indian corporate. It could well be the handiwork of other international agencies also. And such things keep happening. Now, who is responsible? The job of intelligence is with the IB, which is primarily responsible for counterintelligence. So therefore, Mr. Subramaniam is absolutely right that much is being concealed from the public. And I may also say here that we do not have a culture of intelligence in this country.
Yes, but
as far as people of the country are concerned, they are too
I was just saying that
either they are too gullible.
We spoke to Mr. Subramaniam. We spoke to a very, very top official, who was a very top official under Pranab Mukherjee till recently in the finance ministry. That person said, of course it has happened. One interesting thing which they said was from the time when Pranab Mukherjee issued the inquiry. Obviously, Pranab Mukherjee must have had some idea, so he issued an inquiry. From the moment the inquiry was ordered, within 24 hours, all the bugging devices were taken off. So when the bugging devices were taken off, only the adhesive remained in 16 places. Now, for someone to know that, therefore the questions are being raised. Colonel Singh is saying outside job foreign powers. Then if there are foreign powers or outside, agencies or corporates, then they are very deeply entrenched within the system to almost be able to read the speed of Pranab Mukherjee's mind. That's the most scary part, Mr. Subramaniam. Like an advance warning.
Well, I think Colonel Singh is perfectly correct. There are three broad categories. One is the corporate sector in India, for a variety of reasons, to get information or in the large black money kinds of issues, what is the kind of thinking going on in the ministry, etc., etc. It could be definitely a foreign power. And thirdly, it could be something from within the system. There are three broad possibilities, and I don't think you can outright rule out any one of these. What I'm suggesting is that after the thing blew, when the alarm was given, when the inquiry took place, at that point of time there would be a clear idea. Clearly an insider has been used, obviously, there's no question about it. But who has used the insider is a question mark. Till we have better information, we cannot judge. I would even go to the extent of saying that to some extent I can understand government not disclosing all the facts. But I think the stage has now come to allay public fears about the kind of security setup available in the country and about number of other accusatory issues which come up, as to broadly what happened without going into details. I think some authoritative, exactly why was a private detective called? Why was CBDT, who probably are not the biggest experts in the world in counter-espionage, were called? I think these are all questions which need to be answered. I think we need some clear clarification. I would be satisfied if no details are not given, but a very authoritative, something which says that we cannot disclose more for so and so reason, but these are the broad facts.
Yes, I don't
think we can push the whole thing under the carpet. It is too serious a matter.
I think one more point, finally, Colonel Singh, I find it interesting that in the letter, Colonel Singh, that Pranab Mukherjee wrote, which has been quoted as well, apparently Pranab Mukherjee wrote, the Prime Minister may consider ordering a secret inquiry into why this breach occurred. Secret inquiry.
I think that's perfectly, in keeping with the culture we have developed over the years. Let me tell you, Arnab, just 1 year back, the Chinese cyber attack on India, at least 500 government entities were attacked, and a lot of these entities were compromised. So and their first reaction was to conceal it or just put it in the lid. And when I say that lot of information was compromised, it was indeed compromised.
Yes.
But you know, the people don't know about it.
Yes. Well,
so it's no good, you know, having a secret inquiry. It is high time we educated the people. I told you, I didn't complete my sentence then, that we are too gullible, or we are too subverted people. The level of subversion in this country is too high, I can tell you.
well, I think...
You know, anybody in this country, you know, I mean, can be taken for a ride.
Well, I don't think so.
Very high level of
information we truly believe is power, and information eventually does have its way of creeping out. I think the fact that this story has come out, the fact that we are getting so many versions, we'll follow the story, and of course Pranab Mukherjee is going to play it down, but it's of great concern. To Mr. Subramaniam and Colonel Singh, thank you very much. To all my viewers, it's a pleasure bringing the news to you once again tomorrow 9 p.m. I will see you, I'm sure. Till then, good night and goodbye.